This weekend was a big lesson for all of us in being flexible and go with the flow. We were originally supposed to do a 3-night camping trip with friends in Telluride for the weekend, but unfortunately the weather had other plans for us. It was supposed to thunderstorm all day Friday and Saturday in Telluride, so we decided to make a very last-minute pivot and go to Steamboat instead. While we were of course disappointed that our Telluride trip didn't work out, we were still pumped because there's so much to do in and around the Steamboat area. We got in late Thursday night, so we pretty much just set up and went right to bed. But Friday morning, we woke up and got an early start and drove about an hour north to the Mount Zirkle Wilderness area to check out Lake Catherine. While the lake itself was absolutely stunning, we were also really surprised that the wildflowers were popping already. This hike is only 4.4 miles and 915 feet of elevation gain, so we figured Liam could do this no problem. But this was another lesson for me in being adaptable, because he really did not want to hike today. But we were super committed, so thanks to my friend Ava and my pusher mentality, we were able to carry Liam up most of the way and still make it to see the beautiful lake. Honestly, this was a lesson for me to always be prepared with the second carrier, even though I think Liam is really heavy and too big to carry in it these days. But it's still way easier to have him on your back than carry him in your arms. But hey, we made it, and Liam had a great time once we actually got up to the lake. Now that it's finally peak summer, we actually got to hang out and eat lunch and enjoy the lake view for a little bit. Drew and our friends Chris and Marley tried to do some fishing, although there was not a fish in sight in this lake, which is weird because usually these alpine lakes are chock full of different kinds of trout. The girls even braved a polar plunge, which I tried to convince Liam to do, but he just wasn't having it either. Although he did count us down and cheer us on big time when we did it, so that was fun. Thankfully for all of us, Liam was able to hike the whole way down just fine by himself. By the time we got back to camp that evening, we were all starving and ready for an early dinner. But after dinner, we were all jonesing for one more adventure for the day, so we headed a little bit up the road from our campsite to a lake that we found on the way in. Thankfully, the fish were popping off at this lake, and we were able to catch several, which was really fun for the kids. We stayed long enough to watch the sunset, and then headed back to camp for the evening. The next day, we decided to have a bit chiller of a day and head into actual downtown Steamboat. Steamboat really is one of the coolest mountain towns in my opinion, and has major hometown feel and Wild West vibes while still being a resort town. We found a good swimming hole to post up at for the day, and we even brought our tubes so we could float down the Yampa. After a few hours of sunbathing and playing in the water, we of course had to go get ice cream because I promised Liam the day before on the hike that we would do that if he was good. So we walked down the main drag, got budget ice cream, and even bought Liam his first real cowboy hat. In another learn to be flexible, go with the flow moment, sadly my iPhone ran out of storage in the middle of the day, so I couldn't get any of the content I wanted for this video. But that's just another life lesson in learning to roll with it when things don't go your way. I obviously didn't let it ruin my day. Trust me when I say that downtown Steamboat is really awesome and worth checking out if you're ever in the area. So while this weekend wasn't exactly what we had planned, we were all able to rally, roll with the punches, and still have a great time. So if you're raising outdoor kids too or want to start, subscribe and follow along here at Stones in the Wild.